You see, you make a wish and then you try to break some glass. You gotta be a pretty good shot these days.
Oh, George, don't. It's full of romance, that old place. I'd like to live in it.
That old place? I'm gonna live in it as a ghost. Now watch. Right on the second floor.
What'd you wish, George?
Oh, not just one wish, Mary. A whole hat full of them. I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and the day after that, and the next year, and the year after that. I'm gonna shake the dust of this crummy old town off my feet. I'm gonna see the world. We're gonna go to Italy, and Greece. We're gonna see the Parthenon and the Colosseum, and then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna go to college and see what they do then. I'm gonna build an airstrip and skyscrapers 100 stories high, and bridges a mile long, and you gonna throw a rock? Yeah, that was pretty good. What'd you wish for?
Buffalo guys, can't you come out tonight?
Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? And dance by the light of the moon. What did you wish for when you threw that rock?
Oh, no.
Come on, Mary, tell me.
If I tell you, it might not come true.
Mary, what is it you wish for? What is it you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso up and pull it down. That's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
Take it.
Well, when you swallow it, and all dissolves, see? And the moon pushes down your fingers, and down your toes. If you want the moon, I'll give it to you. Or if you want Mars or Venus, I'll lasso those two. Just tell me your will, and I'll take you. The stars will allow. I'll give you the moon. If you want the moon, come travel with me.
Okay, Potter and Goon. Potter can walk, get to the mirror, go!
Great job. Thank you, Jesus.
Potter's right here. At the end of the table. And you're up on the other side of it.
There we go.
So you're gonna just be standing right here. In case he needs anything. Through this entire thing, you never smile, you never grimace, you were just deadpan face. I mean, not trying to be deadpan, you show no expression.
In other words, we don't know what everything is standing.
There you go. Well, not quite that attention, just.
Well, I mean, you know, we're not allowed to express.
Mr. Gower, where'd Mr. Gower go? Ah, there you are. What's that?
Are there any restrooms backstage?
Downstairs.
You shoot
Mr. Gower, you are sitting. Oh, here we go, right there. On the end, next to the mayor. Oh, actually, we only need 3 chairs over there. Mike, you pull those out. And so we have Ethel and Ryan. Who do we have? Who's Ryan now?
This is Ethel Paulette.
Ethel's Paulette.
Is that Deb?
Surprised you're still with me.
No, Paulette.
No, for Ryan, I think that is.
Ryan is,
Is Deb. Did you come and fit in? No, her.
me?
Yeah, since it's a female.
What part?
Brandon.
Raymond.
So,
We're very forward thinkers here in Bedford Falls.
very modern. Thank you.
Very modern.
So, Mr. Gower, on your line, we're interjecting Mr. Chairman.
So Ethel is there.
Madam Chair.
Now,
I'm Madam Chair, not Mr. Chair.
so the question immediately was, don't you want the table at an angle, and why are the people on this side? I purposely want it this way. People need to figure out that this Georgia building sitting here, they're not there very long. They get out of this. Yeah, we'll get there. So let's just begin the seating. Hey, good, let's turn a quarter turn this way. Yeah, so kind of seated a little bit. You just listen to the action, listen to what's going on. Observing.
I think that's all we'll leave you for, George. I know you're anxious to make a drink.
I've got a taxi waiting.
I want the board to know that George gave up his trip to Europe to help us figure things out during these past few months. Good luck to you at school, George.
Thank you.
And now we come to the real purpose of this meeting.
Billy, don't get up yet.
To appoint a successor to our dear friend, Peter Bailey.
Madam Chair, I'd like to get to my real purpose. I claim that this institution is not necessary for this town. Therefore, Madam Chair, I make a motion.
So wait a minute. So when he says Madam Chair, you stood up and you're getting ready to go, you've got to hear this, right? So sit back down and turn to the So I'll start with Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I'd like to get to my real purpose. I claim this institution is not necessary for this town. And therefore, Madam Chair, I make a motion that this institution, to dissolve this institution and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
George, you hear that buzzing? Madam Chair, soon after Peter Bailey's death, discuss chloroforming the building alone.
Peter Bailey died 3 months ago. I second Mr. Potter's motion.
Very well. In that case, I'll ask the 2 executive officers to withdraw.
Now you guys see that, grab your papers.
But before you go, I'm sure that the whole board board wishes to express its deep sorrow to past.
But still, even as you're saying that, just come over this way so the table's opened up so you can see the table.
Okay, thank you very much.
It was his faith and devotion that are responsible for this organization.
I'll go further than that. I'll say that Peter Bailey was the builder. To the public, Peter Bailey was the builder.
Oh, that's fine, Potter, coming from you, considering you're the one that probably took him to his grave.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. Now, I don't mean any disrespect to him, but rest his soul.
Just back up, do your line again, Billy. Come from this side. This colored. Start to go at it and then use your arm and stop it. Yeah. So, don't get in front of me. So when you start to say your line, start to walk forward.
Good at start saying it.
Yep, well that's one.
Oh, that's fine, Potter, coming from you. Coming from you, you probably took him to the grave.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. I don't mean any disrespect, God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals with no common sense can ruin this town. Now you take this loan here to Ernie Bishop. You know that fellow that sits around all day on his brains in his taxi? Well, I happen to know that the bank turned down this loan, but he comes here and we're building him a house for $5,000. Why?
Well, I handled that, Mr. Potter. You have some papers right there.
Wait a second. We're building him a house for a fight, a little quicker.
We're building him a house for $5,000.
Hey, look, with $5,000. Why? So we need to have some kind of a folder.
Yeah.
His file. Why? Or $5,000. Why? Why?
Let me go back to.
Let's go back in line.
Now you take this loan here to Ernie Bishop. You know that fellow that sits around all day in his on his brains in his taxi. I happen to know that the bank turned down this loan, but we're building him a house worth $5,000. Why?
Well, I handled those papers myself, Mr. Potter. You have all that right there. You've got his insurance, his salary. I can personally vouch for his character.
A friend of yours.
Yes, sir.
You can shoot pull with some employee here and come and borrow money. What does that get us? But a discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stir them up and fill their heads with a lot of impossible ideas. Now I say,
You're going to your papers and your coat back in this chair. You stay there.
now I say,
No. Just a minute, Mr. Potter. You're right when you say that my father was no businessman. I know that.
That good, you kind of step in between them. And he'll back off this time a little bit.
Why he ever started this cheap penny ante building alone, I'll never know. But not one of you can say anything against his character. When the 25 years since he and Billy started this thing, he once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did save up, keep a few people out of your selection, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? You're all businessmen here. Doesn't that make them better citizens?
So, give a little walk around. At this point, this way you take a little bit of a breath. You're so mad at Potter, now you're going to try to reason, right? So you need to give a little pause, take a breath, and then gently kind of walk back and forth between these folks. And Billy, let's have you take 2 steps to the left. Yeah, upstairs. A little more to the blue line. Yeah. For this part of the audience.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot. So, but he did help a few people.
But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? You're all businessmen here. Doesn't that make them better citizens? Doesn't that make them better customers? What did you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of owning a decent home? Wait for what? For the children to grow up and move out, for them to become so old and crippled that they...
Okay, this is perfect, actually, these lines. Where's the better citizen? Where'd that go?
Right in the middle of that break.
Anyway, better citizens, does that make them better citizens, obviously, to the mayor. Better customers, to Mr. Gower.
Right, not mine.
Save their money to the bank teller, and then about their children to Ethel. Ethel?
Oh.
Ethel, however.
Ethel, you're over there.
Right here.
Thank you, Ethel.
Are we to that point?
Yep.
Sorry, I haven't.
And so, you know that Ethel has children, so she's the children line. So go back to, but he did help a few people.
But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? You're a businessman here. Doesn't that make them better citizens? Doesn't that make them better customers? What do you say just a minute ago that they had to wait and save their money before they even thought of owning a decent home? Wait? Wait for what? Until their children are so grow up and move out? Until they're so old and crippled that they... Do you know how long it takes a working man to earn $5,000? Well, this rabble that you're talking about, they do most of the working, paying, living, and dying in this community. Is it too much to ask them to work, pay, live, and die with a few decent homes and a bath?
So do this, George. Wait for what until their children grow up. When you say children grow up, come between Gower and Ethel, but kind of kneel down toward Ethel. Okay. Again, because you know she has children and grandchildren, so that line makes sense for her. And still say to her, until they're so old and broken down, and then all of a sudden, because this has been your reasoning moment, okay, he's gone now again, jump up and go after him.
Okay.
Yeah, until the working community, and then you're going to move back away from him.
Wait, is Funky standing here?
Huh?
He's Funky standing here watching?
But you did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? You're a businessman here. Doesn't that make them better citizens? Doesn't that make them better
A
customers?
little bit softer.
Doesn't that make them better customers? What did you say a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of owning a decent home? Wait. Wait for what? For their children to grow up and move out? For them to become old, so old and crippled that they... Do you know how long it takes a working man to earn $5,000?
You have this face now.
Well, this rabble we're talking about, they do most of the working, paying, living, and dying in this community. Is it too much to ask for them to work, pay, live, and die with a few decent homes and a bath?
And when you go up there, don't touch him. Otherwise, the goon's going to be all over you.
Yeah. I thought about that.
He's ex-military, by the way. He's veteran.
Anyways, my father didn't think so. To him, they were human beings. But to you, a frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much better man, richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building in London.
Okay, now you're going to go, you're good. This way you get close, so I probably had you a little too close there, okay? You're going to cross now between Potter and Goon. You're going to step up beside him because you're yeah. And even a little step to, yeah, right there. Because this guy's getting a little too close, right? But now you're going to come and you're going to get between the Goon and Potter. But as soon as you do, the Goon's going to try to stop you, but Potter, you're going to motion the Goon to back off. Back off, dog. Right? Because you're fine with it. You know he's not going to do anything serious to you. And through this line, come around it.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something that you can't get your grubby little hands on.
Now come around it.
And it's me.
Yeah.
And it's going you. That's what you're talking about. I know.
So I know very well what you're talking about. Then start walking around. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on. And kneel down beside him on this side. And it's galling you. And you finally realize you got it.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about something that you can't get your fingers If it's going, that's what you're talking about. I know. Well, I've said too much.
So you don't grab your code and your papers.
You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. But just one more thing though. This town needs this measly